Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with my review of Cheap Thrills. Jason sent me this Blu-ray a while back and claimed he knew I would love it. But me being me, it's taken me all this time to finally watch it. For whatever reason, I finally decided to, with no intention of reviewing it. But within the first 10 to 15 minutes or so, I knew I would definitely be reviewing it. Because this movie is awesome. And the thing is, no one ever talks about it. Cheap Thrills is a 2013 horror film. Yes, it is a horror film. Do not let the cover fool you. There is some disturbing stuff in this movie. Now, to be fair, it begins as sort of a dark comedy, but quickly escalates into horror. It gets darker and darker as the movie goes on. It also gets bloodier and bloodier. Pat Healy plays a family man named Craig Daniels. Craig is down on his luck when he receives an eviction notice on his door. Then, on the very same day, his boss informs him that they are cutting back on staff and he has lost his job. With a wife and baby at home, Craig worries about how he will keep a roof over their heads. He goes to a local bar to have a drink and think about things. It is there where he runs into an old friend named Vince, played by Ethan Embry. Craig and Vince haven't seen each other in 5 years. As they catch up, Craig informs Vince of his recent woes. And not long after, the two are invited to have drinks with a man named Colin and his wife Violet. David Koechner plays Colin. Most people will probably recognize him as Todd Packer from The Office and the boss in Waiting, among other things. The beautiful Sarah Paxton plays Violet. Colin informs Craig and Vince that it is Violet's birthday, and he wants to give her a night to remember. It is immediately evident that Colin and Violet are very well off. They make friendly wagers for cash at the bar. Soon enough, Colin also invites Craig and Vince to join in the fun. It's simple at first, like the first one to take their shot of tequila gets $50. But as the cash offerings increase, the tasks get more daring. Eventually, Craig and Vince end up back at Colin and Violet's house as the games continue. It's a night of cheap thrills that are anything but cheap. The dares get darker, more disturbing, and deadlier. Just as planned, it will definitely go down as a night to remember. Cheap Thrills is seriously incredible. I am so happy to own this movie. It's funny because years ago, a friend of mine that used to work for me was telling me about this film. She couldn't remember the title though, but described it perfectly. Ever since then, I have wanted to track it down, having no idea it was actually Cheap Thrills. The cast is spot on. They all fit together perfectly. You can't help but to feel sympathetic toward Pat Healy's character, Craig. Ethan Embry is fantastic as Vince, as he always is. Sarah Paxton, as always, is beautiful and portrays Violet with a gloomy intensity. For me, though, it might actually be David Koechner that steals the show. This was a much different role for him than I've ever seen. Like I said, do not let this cover fool you. As a matter of fact, this Blu-ray has some really awesome reverse cover art. But I'll leave it as a surprise, since I highly recommend picking it up yourself. Trust me, Cheap Thrills is a gem. I mean this wholeheartedly. There are some genuinely disturbing scenes in this film. The ending is like a gut punch, or worse yet, a kick in the crotch. How are those for Cheap Thrills? Have you seen it? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.